I've got a really wild mix of books planned for August, so let's get into it. Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is a book that I started in July, but I'm still on the fence about it. I really like the premise of it, and the book is mildly interesting to me, but I think this is one that I would have enjoyed more in a movie or a show format. Not quite sold on the book format. Like, I appreciate it for what it is. I understand what it's trying to do. It's just borderline keeping my interest. So we're going to continue on with it in August, and let's see if we can get through it. Next up is Lone Women by Victor Laval. And my Stories That Stick Fable book club is reading this one. This will be my second Laval. And while I like the first one, I have a bit higher expectations for Lone Women. So this one is giving me a frontier horror with a historical fiction background. And from the blurb, we're following a woman in the early 1900s who is traveling through Montana carrying a very heavy secret. I am intrigued because it does sound like it's going to stretch me from a theme perspective. Again, I'm still trying to find my way in Victor Laval's writing or storytelling. It gives a little Lovecraftian, but this one comes with high marks, so looking forward to it with my book club. Next up is The Dark Descent. This is an older anthology published in the 1980s, but it has got some heavy hitters on the menu here. I'm reading this one with my Nightmares and Novels Horror Fable book club. And even though this was thick and it's dense, I love anthologies because it is a great way to get introduced to new authors. And some of these authors I'm already familiar with, but I would love to see how they wrote back then. I'm really hoping that this collection pushes me into the darkest, weirdest corners of horror. I'm probably going to get a little speculation, a little bit of emotional payoff, and hopefully some jaw dropping moments. So, ready to dive into this one big time. Next up is Eryn Playground, Child of Divorce. This is a prequel to his bestseller, Playground, and he gifted me with the ARC, no obligation, but I do enjoy AB books. This is my fourth, I believe. I've read The Slob, Playground, Yellow, and I think one more, I can't remember. But this is splatterpunk. I understand that's not for everyone, but Eryn writes stories that I usually eat up in one setting. I'm usually very shocked and appalled, but I love that he drags me to hell, but just short of having nightmares. So I'm really looking forward to getting a little twisted with this one. On a lighter note, we got a Confederation of Dunces, and this one has been on my TBR for quite some time. I'm so glad that I found it in Half Price Books. This is highly recommended by Lee and Jen over at Pages Apart. We have really identical tastes on a lot of books, and so I trust them with my literary life, and they both enjoyed this one. From what I gather, we are following a character who is literally delusional and self indulgent. He sounds like a hot mess of a man, to be honest, and I'm here for it. Let's see what shenanigans he gets himself into. Rivers Sing Me Home. This one was a find I'm really excited to dive into. It's set in a really sensitive time, right at the point of the emancipation of slaves. But in this story, the plantation owner does not want to release his slaves. He keeps them there under a forced apprenticeship. But we're following a main character who decides to run. I'm really interested in seeing the slave narrative setting because I've read a lot of stories in that setting, but it's usually deep in the midst of slavery. But I'm really interested in seeing this character's journey when she's supposed to be free, but what that kind of gray area of freedom means in a resistant country that doesn't want to accept that. Lastly, the Bandit Queens. This one sounds to me like a dark comedy mixed with feminine rage, and I'm here for it. It's set in India following a woman who has been falsely accused of killing her husband, but she don't mind the rep that comes with it because people leave her alone. And then she soon becomes sought out to be a consultant for other dissatisfied wives. I think this was going to be a hoot. I'm expecting some laughs. I'm expecting some moral ambiguity, but I'm really interested in reading more Southeast Asian stories. So definitely cannot wait to dive into these. So August sounds pretty exciting to me. I'm really looking forward to my reads. I will say I am a bit of a mood reader, but I do like to set myself up with some framework of what books can I get into this month. So those are the ones that I'm going to commit to. And I honestly have high expectations for all of them. So let me know what books are on your plate for August. And if you've read any of the ones that I plan to read, let me know what you enjoyed. Just don't spoil it for me. See you later.